Okay, now this menu is going to explain how to program a button on the Giga machine. Okay, so I'm going to go, so this is my front menu, and let's say I want to program Cafe Latte. Now before we go further, Cafe Latte on the Gigas is a button that gives coffee and milk simultaneously. So it's very useful if you want to produce larger cups or faster cups. So you can do a Cafe Latte or a double Cafe Latte. So there's two buttons in the background for producing a Cafe Latte, but it can be a cappuccino, so you can call it cappuccino as well if you like. So to go to the programming for each button, I go to P on top, all right? So it will show me first of 5, okay? So I go next. Then I'm on menu number 2 of 5, and expert mode is where I do programming. So I'm going to go to 2, and now it's got all the buttons here, and I can even find more here on top, all right? So it will show me any button that I want to program now. So there's Cafe Latte, there's Macchiato, and so on and so on. So I'm just going to wait for the screen to jump back to the original screen. It takes a couple of seconds. Okay, and now I'm going to say, okay, I want to program Cafe Latte. All right, so Cafe Latte. And now it's got all the parameters for each button. The amount of coffee, all right, which is the milliliters of coffee. And depending on your cup size, that will be 60 or 90 or 100 or whatever the case may be. So now you just use plus and minus and either save and go back. So it's fairly straightforward, all right. The amount of milk is hot milk. That's not froth milk, all right. There's amount of foam milk there. So if you don't want to produce hot milk, all right, then you make that 0. So you press there, make it 0 and come back. An amount of milk foam is the froth milk. So normally we use for, even for Cafe Latte, you can program it for like a cappuccino and don't have any hot milk and just froth milk. So the exact setting, for example, if you go to that, will be in seconds, all right. So the milk produces in seconds. So it's difficult to say exactly how much milliliter that is. You'll have to test it yourself and do a bit of trial and error until you get it right, okay. So if I want to make it 17 seconds, I do that and I press save. Okay, so now I'm back to the menu again. Coffee strength is how much coffee gets ground every time. So in the middle there is the third bean is about approximately 9 or 10 grams, and that's normally a decent cup. If you want to make it stronger, you go to the top up to 16 grams. If you make it weaker, you go to 1 bean, which is about 6 grams. So we normally put it in the middle, so I can save it like that, and that's about approximately 9 or 10 grams. Temperature will default to normal. You can make it high. That's not the temperature for the milk, that's the temperature for the coffee, all right? So the 90 milliliters of coffee that you saw earlier, all right? So I can put it on high, and that takes it up to about 90 degrees approximately, okay? And then here's product name. So if I don't like the Cafe Latte name and I want to change it to cappuccino or strong cappuccino or whatever the case may be, I can go through this menu, okay? And it takes a little bit of time. There's your up and down and so on, and to scroll up and down through this menu until you get capitals and small letters and so on, and save the name and change the name like that. It's not difficult to do. It takes a little bit of time, but it's easy to do. And that's how you change all the parameters, okay? Yeah, so you can even remove it from the product selector and so on there as well, but I wouldn't subscribe to that. So there's another video that shows you how to put it on the shortcut menu on the front, so watch that video, and then here is the expert mode option where you change the programming like I showed now. Thanks.